57. Some days you just don't feel it, you know. You know, it's really sad. It's really sad, Audrey, that this is happening. Oh, that's where my wallet was. I couldn't find my oh, and I had the blinds closed. I couldn't find my wallet yesterday, and so I didn't go get dinner. I didn't go out to get dinner. Instead I cooked dinner. I had some I had some pasta and some salad. It was actually really nice. Some like brioche bread, which I don't love the combination of brioche and pasta, but it was okay. It's trash day today, everybody. If I go there. I can go back and forth between those two chords, maybe. Maybe? Sorry. register, but I was just trying to get the notes right. Okay. Oh, hello, Mean Song. What's it got you nostalgic for? What time were you in? Trying to figure out the best way to do. So. It's somewhere in that melody. It's somewhere in there. There's no obvious choice there. I wanted to do a. Yo, what is he doing? or a cover of a song. Me and Son, I don't play covers on the stream, so it was probably original. I don't remember putting my wallet here, and it saved me money last night that I couldn't find it, but it kind of is frustrating. I Whoa. I don't remember what my last wallet was. I don't even remember what it looked like. That's wow. That's weird. I haven't even had this wallet really for very long. I think I've had it 1 year. Anyways, I ended up buying it because I feel like I never carry cash because I don't. I only carry an assortment of cards, both punch and credit, and so I felt like having like a one of those type of wallets would be nice for me. It would make more sense. It would be more logical. And so instead of just buying one from a store, I was like, oh, I have a lot of friends that do art, so I should probably just buy one from a friend. You know, get like their merch that's also a wallet. And I got a Genie wallet, and I have never lost my wallet so often, so frequently. It's just small enough, and it's anyways. Yeah, it wasn't a cover. Mean Son, by the way. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Lindsay. Hmm. So it kind of says, do your neighbors hear you play? I don't know. It's a good question for my neighbors. Um, I know that they have heard it before, but I don't know if they're hearing it every day. please tell me you ate a corn dog yesterday. I'm gonna turn this into a ballad. It's going to be very, very difficult for me, particularly. But uh, Liana, so yesterday I played Fall Guys with Cyber for a little while, and then at the end of Fall Guys, I wanted a Wiener Schnitzel so bad, and I thought that Wiener Schnitzel was everywhere. I thought that this was like a worldwide operation. I thought that you say Wiener Schnitzel to somebody, they know what you're talking about. They can even see the funny shaped building. But it turns out, no, not at all. Cyber didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, I'm gonna go get Wiener Schnitzel. And then Cyber was like, oh, well, send me a picture of it. And I was like, can't wait. But my wallet was on my windowsill, so I couldn't find it. So I ended up having to cook like an adult. And so I made dinner instead of going out and getting weenies and fries. But I might have to right my wrong tomorrow. I mean, obviously, I can't do it today because today's Pizza Nista Day. And I'm not gonna eat 2 meals out of the house in one day. That's wild. Hey Omni, do you know the artist Ahio Robo? Says Christian. Dennis, Christian, I have 2 songs of Ahio Robo, so I would hope so. Yes, I do know the artist you're talking about. We were craving the chili fries. I was craving the chili fries. You didn't want a corn dog, you wanted the chili fries. I see. I see where your head's at. Mm, mm, mm. I thought Wiener Schnitzel was a made-up location. Oh, no. No. Uh, no. No, it's good. No, it's good. You know what's funny, actually? Okay, so there's a place called Wiener Schnitzel. I get it. A lot of you people haven't heard of it. That's fine. But there's also a place called Schlotzsky's. Does anybody know Schlotzsky's? It's like a deli. It's also very dope. But anyways, growing up, Alright, guy. Growing up, there was a lot of Wiener Schnitzel and a lot of Schlotzsky's delis around. But I, as a kid, never got to go to them. Like, my parents didn't take me there. We didn't eat at those things. They were just kind of like local landmarks. Like, I just kind of saw them everywhere. But I always thought of them as being grown-up food. Like, if you're a kid and you're gonna eat food, you're gonna eat like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. If you're like a big kid, if like you're a kid with some culture. But I never thought that Wiener Schnitzel and Schlotzsky's was in my wheelhouse. And honestly, even now that I'm going to them, I don't know that they have a kids menu. I mean, it's not exactly something I look for at a restaurant, but I feel like I would have noticed. I don't know. I mean, Liana might know better than me. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going to play the Melancholy for that trash man. I don't like him. I like the other one. And he'll be here. He'll be coming. He'll be coming around the mountain. Promises. Why do you ask about Ahio Robo, Christian, though? Are you a big Ahi fan? I like the... No. I feel like it should go somewhere really cool after that. What do I base restaurants being for adults or being for kids based off of? Well, I mean the basic things. Are there commercials for it on the kids channel? I mean, like if you're looking at cartoons when you're a kid, you're gonna see a lot of McDonald's, you're gonna see a lot of Burger King commercials. Maybe you'll see a Dairy Queen commercial too. But you're not really seeing a Schlotzsky's Deli commercial. You know, you're not really seeing a Wiener Schnitzel commercial. You're not really seeing an Arby's commercial. Arby's isn't really like they're not running Arby's ads during like the like Fox Kids block that I was watching. You know, but I base it off of that. You know, when you're driving around, like, is there a play place? Do they have like a play place in there? Am I seeing other kids around and about? Is there like a cool, like, does the logo for it have like a smiley on it or something? Does it look fun? Schlotzsky's did not look fun. Wiener Schnitzel did kind of look fun, actually. The building is always fun looking. Oh, you're talking about the trash man preference. Sorry, what was the question again then? Oh, what do you base it off of? I guess my relationship with them, the conversations I've had with them, general vibe. Yeah. It's a specific trash man. Leanna. There's three trash men. There's dumpster trash man. There's bin trash man, and then there's Bushnell trash man. And the melancholy of a trash man theme is for bin trash man. Now, I know some of you might think, well, what's the difference, homie? How am I supposed to know? I'm not in your bedroom. I can't see these people's faces. Bin Trashman is always here for considerably longer than Dumpster Trashman and Bushnell Trashman. Bushnell Trashman is just here to make a U-turn. Dumpster Trashman is only here to pick up the dumpsters, of which there are only 4. Bin Trashman is here to pick up the bins. And he has a little, like, transformer arm that comes out of the side instead of the scoopers that come out of the front. And Bin Trashman has to pick up, like, 9 bins. Something wild like that. Possibly 10. Hey, what's up, Easydora? I never get you anymore, Easydora. Let me, hold on. There it is. I can't look at my hands while I play that part anymore. That's funny. I got Cyberpunk, says Chibi Lucy. Sorry. Let me read the entire comment. Chibi Lucy says, I got Cyberpunk speedrun to bone in my recommended last night. And the rest of my night was consumed by speedrun videos. I'm sorry to hear that, Chibi Lucy. Unless you're particularly fond of speedrun videos. I don't like them, so that would have been a bad night for me. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Easydora. I just don't play it as often anymore, and so it is particularly hard, so I have to keep on it so that I don't get too rusty. And as far as you asking how I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well also. I actually thought about it yesterday, and the day before that. And possibly the day before that also. I thought about you first. I'm going to go through my Easydora flowchart. So the first time I thought about you, it was because a friend of mine who lives in Canada was talking about eating poutine. And I got really sad because I couldn't have it. And I remember how excited you were about poutine. And so I thought about you then. That was Easydora thought number 1. The second time I thought about you, it was because yesterday I saw a video of like a bunch of American kids who couldn't name 5 countries. And I thought about you because I was listing a bunch of countries, and one of the countries I listed is Chile. And if I'm being honest, I think you're directly responsible for me not necessarily knowing that Chile exists, but keeping it like in the front of my brain. I don't think that I would think about that country so much if not for you. And so, about you then, at that point, I'm trying to think of what the third time was though. It might have had something to do with a motorcycle. Anyways, I'm glad to know that you're well, and good morning, Cyber. I'm glad you're alive. Mm-mm-mm. Whoa, Liam's in here? I didn't know. Whoa, that is wild. What am I playing? What the heck is that? Why was that not hard for me while I wasn't thinking? Now that I'm trying to do it, it's difficult. I can't do it and not move my body. That's the only way I can stay on time. You were playing Parasite Eve, by the way. Is that Parasite Eve? Hi Liam. Wait, is that Parasite Eve? Which one? I played Parasite Eve 2 briefly, and I hated it. I hated it. I'll never play This Is My Man. This is the man. This is the bin trash man. What's up, Retro? I'll never. I don't know what that's from, by the way. I was playing that yesterday, and like the chords, whatever. The chords are me. The chords are all me, baby. But this, I have no idea what that's from. It's probably from a lot of things, but those four notes, I know I'm not pulling that from my heart. That's somewhere up in here. That's somewhere in my memory. No, it has to be. It has to be. Ooh, are the frames ducking? Oh, they are. Steamboat Willie time. Sorry, guys. What'd you end up getting for dinner? Oh, I ended up making. Oh, you're not talking to me. Are you talking to Lucy? I like that. What does that remind me of? I think Into Thin Air. Yeah, there it is. Oh man. Oh, word. I couldn't find my wallet last night, Cyber. So I ended up. Making pasta. But I'm gonna get wiener schnitzel this week. You better believe it. Oh, is Ava in here? Good morning, Ava. I hope your lunch is going well, Ava. Lunch. I also love me some pasta. Cyber. song. I need to have like a third part to that song. I think a third part wouldn't hurt. Doesn't feel particularly necessary though. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't, does it? But I probably will do it. Leave it to me to do the unnecessary. Cyrus says links are still broken here. A second bridge would be nice. What you just played? Oh, sick. Sick. Did I do it? Yeah, I went. The only one else on YouTube. You know, Cyber. You know how there's like that thing on Facebook where if you like make a post, but you add a link in the post, like a YouTube link or like a. Anyways, if you like are trying to link somebody away from Facebook on Facebook, like Facebook doesn't exactly help your posts get seen. Like if anything, it helps hide it. So a lot of people are trying to circumvent that by like posting like, hey, new song out, and then posting links in the comments, because posting a link in the actual post would like damage your visibility. I wonder if like I wonder if YouTube's like doing that now, or they're like, yo, no links, you stay here, you stay put, you stay on our platform. Maybe you're right, maybe it's like that. If that's the case, I don't know. Will season 3 happen? I'm gonna do Facebook. Morning Medley for season 3 is moving to Facebook Gaming. Finally, we've done it. We're moving to a new home. Facebook's gonna give me tons of money to go over there and noodle around on the piano for 2 hours a day. Oh, I think even your YouTube link isn't showing up, Cyber. Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I'm like a guinea pig. Umbe. Alright, it is Tuesday. Yesterday I didn't get nearly as much work as I would have liked to have gotten done, which is unfortunate, because that's pushing it to today, which is usually kind of like my chill day where I just eat pizza and then work casually, but I'm going to have to eat pizza and work very seriously today, which is, oh, Wow. That sucks. The YouTube link is very visible. Okay, well, that sucks. That's deeply upsetting. Oh, okay, what was I saying? Oh man. Oh man. Uh, link to YouTube, link to the Discord in the description is very funny. I am going to start just putting the Discord in the description of the videos now. Especially for the Friday one, because since the Friday one is... Oh, wait. No, I can do it for all of them, I think. I can do it for all, because I'm scheduling them. I can just add it to the thing. Yeah. Maybe that'll be a big thing for Season 3. The Discord will always be in the description. Oh, weird. Oh, okay. Maybe all links are okay. What did you do, Cyber? Did you fix it? Okay, so this thing, in piano, a summer in piano is what we're going to call it. Exercises in piano. Some of you might have been here long enough to remember my exercises in ambiance when I was warming up to the idea of making something like Ego Dev. And so I would do a lot of YouTube and Instagram videos of me just like noodling around with analog delay, like making ambient soundscapes and sound atmospheres. So there is this thing, there is a way to build music. I've talked about doing like voice leading, right? I've talked about, that was keyline, which is voice led. I've talked about melodies where you have the chords in the right hand, sorry, chords in the left hand, and you're playing the melody in the right hand. Talked about building songs where the bass is in the left hand and the chords are in the right hand, like Gucci, or like the Bad and Gucci, or like 1/million, or I gotta get more. I love like 3-chord resolutions, I guess. Do I love them? No, but I find them funny, and I find it funny that particularly people are particularly fond of my songs with the 3-chord resolutions. Those seem to be the songs that perform. Wait, so that was in the order 1/million, Bad and Bougie remix, Gucci, Picture This. Next project you gotta try, Omni, is to put the bass notes on the right hand and the lead on the left. You know, that was actually an exercise that a lot of okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with like beat challenges, and I don't do those anymore, but I used to be a part of a collective, and we would do beat challenges a lot of the time where it was like the goal or the restraints were like, here's the sound of a cricket, like make a beat out of this, or here, make a beat using no snares, or make a song that doesn't have a kick drum. Can you do that? And I remember one of them specifically was because I was a piano player at the time. They're like, make the bass line the lead. And so I did have to do that. I did have to like take the bass line from my left hand and play it with my right hand. So it was the lead now, and I was trying to do weird things in the bass now to like recontextualize it. That was kind of fun. I mean, it's weird, right? It's kind of like school. It's a lot like school. Like you should always be learning, always be learning. But there's this really interesting thing about the experimentation phase of like music, when you don't know how to do anything particularly well, so you're just kind of throwing yourself out there. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to this song with no. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh no. Oh no, go away. Sorry. My Google Assistant like turned on my phone and started doing some weird stuff. Okay, I think it thought that maybe I said it. Okay, you can like the experimentation phase where it's like, oh, I wonder what'll happen if I do this. And that phase is so much fun because your goal isn't necessarily to make anything, it's just strictly learning. It's just experimentation and learning. Indeed, Crow, we did cover the less frames thing. There are less frames in this stream. But it's just learning. That's what the main thing is. And so I feel like sometimes when you feel comfortable, when you've earned your keep or whatever, when you've built your space, when you've developed your style, when you've found your workflow, sometimes it's hard to push yourself back into those experiment phases, I suppose. For a lot of reasons, more so because maybe you want to be productive, and the experiment phase is more so educational, but not necessarily productive, unless you're just producing knowledge, but not actually producing results. It can be hard to go back into it for that reason. Sometimes it can be hard to go back into it just because it feels like a step back. For example, when I get a keyboard, shouldn't say keyboard, when I get a synthesizer, like the newest synthesizer I currently have is my Microcorg S. When I got that synthesizer, I actually didn't spend too much time doing subtractive synthesis, if I'm being honest. I didn't, actually. I built maybe 4 sounds on that entire keyboard, and then I just kind of cycle through them. And then also pick like a bunch of presets, and then I use the vocoder. I didn't build a lot of my own patches on that keyboard. And this is very different from how I treated synthesizers when I first got a synthesizer. You know, your first synthesizer, it's your baby. You're trying to learn every single like detail, what every knob does. You get so good with that one thing. And then the more time you spend in music, it's like you get an instrument and you're already thinking about making music. You're like, okay, here's a tool to make music. And so you just speed through the process of learning it so that you can actually get some results out of it. And sometimes, you know, sometimes it's a shame, because I definitely am not as experienced on the capabilities of my instruments as I could be. For example, oh, you can't see it because it's in my closet, but I have a synthesizer, a Roland SH201, and I still have it, and it was my first synthesizer. Do I use it? Never. I haven't recorded that thing on a song in so long, guys. The last song I recorded with the Roland SH201 was a song called oh my god, what was that song called? It was like called Taffy or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it was a two-tone disco song from like 2014 or 2013. That was the last time I used the SH201. It's an amazing synthesizer, but it's obsolete now, in that a lot of the things it can do, a lot of new synthesizers can do better and faster. So it is kind of a relic. And so, anywho, that synthesizer, the SH201, was a pretty integral part of my workflow for a pretty long time. And that's because it was my first synthesizer. I had never owned a synthesizer before. I remember going to a Guitar Center and putting that one on layaway. And I think the reason that I got it is just because the work portion of it, like the module section of it, was actually pretty extensive. So there's a lot of knobs and faders, which is very exciting for me as like a new synthesizer. And it was cheap. It was, I think, $500, which for a musical instrument, honestly, guys, especially if we're talking about synthesizers, is very cheap, you know. Oh, I would say that the majority of synthesizers are actually over $1,000. So for me to find one for $500, yeah, it is. Yeah, layaway was my best friend, and still is, honestly. But I bought that synthesizer, and once I got that synthesizer home, this is what's really important to note, guys. I actually didn't have an interface. So even now that I had a physical synthesizer, I couldn't actually record it. I couldn't record it. And so I would just spend all day in my room with it, plugged into not even a guitar amplifier, a bass guitar amplifier. And I would build patches and kind of just mess around on it. And then when I, ended up joining a band, I used that synthesizer a lot in that band, but it was a really, really big deal for me at the time to have a synthesizer and to like learn how to shape sound. A lot of the stuff that you guys see in the Friday stream when I'm taking 3x Osc and I'm going from a sine wave to actually building a fun lead or a fun bass sound, like I did with the Booba theme when I built the synthesized version of that song. A lot of what I learn when I'm going through like envelopes and attack, decay, sustain, release, and when I'm going through oscillators, a lot of that knowledge comes from my SH201 and the workflow that it taught me. And so I learned the basics of that synthesizer. Then I learned all the secrets of the synthesizer. A lot of synthesizers, just FYI for people that don't own them, they have a lot of weird like manufacturers like shortcuts and secrets. Or like sometimes it won't even be in the manual. You'll like look up online and somebody's like, yeah, if you hold down the octave up button while you're holding down patch bay 5 number 2 and then you turn this knob, it unlocks this weird sound. There's like a lot of cool little Easter eggs like that in these older synthesizers. And so I even learned all those. I was like really I was really deep in learning sound shaping, which I'll stop using the word synthesizer now and start using the word sound shaping because I feel like that would make more sense maybe to you guys. Just shaping sound, going from a dial tone to making it sound like a buzzsaw, going from a buzzsaw to making it sound like a bird tweeting. This is a skill, not necessarily a musical one. You know, you can be a really good sound engineer and sound designer without actually knowing how to make a song. So it was a completely new skill for me. And so after I owned and used and operated that synthesizer a lot, I ended up getting more. You know, I got a Alesis Micron. I got a, what was that other keyboard I had? I got a different Yamaha DGX. No, a Yamaha. Yeah, it was a Yamaha DGX. I got a Yamaha DGX, a Yamaha M6 I got, and I also got a Roland Juno. I got a Microcorg. I got a Yamaha Rephase CP. I just kind of kept getting more synthesizers, but with each new synthesizer, each new keyboard that I got, I wasn't necessarily spending as much intimate time as I was with my first one. You know, my 201, my SH201. So I think even in this stream, like us, like kind of having fun going through which by the way, today is 287, so I'm just gonna play that sound, which is a slow violin. Just comes in slower than the other one does. I haven't heard a lot of these sounds, right? Because there's hundreds of sounds in this keyboard, and so typically, yeah, when I get a piece of music now, I kind of know the stuff that I like and that I'm good at, and I gravitate to those. We all do this, you know. For example, when I'm building a song, I don't excel at drum programming. Drum programming is one of the weaker parts of my production tool set. You know, my prowess is definitely in building chords, building melodies, song structures, arrangements, and orchestrations. Not necessarily drum programming. So a lot of times when I'm starting a song, my brain wants to just get a beat to kind of give me something to play on top of and then spend most of the time on the keyboard. But I'm trying to like stretch that a little bit to where I'm spending more time on drums now in the beginnings of the stream. And it doesn't feel good, but I feel like it's making me grow even ever slightly at drum programming. And oh, they sustain forever. That's kind of cool. So I think that like focusing on your weak spots or your weak points can be pretty fun. Umbe was earlier talking about like swapping the bass and the lead. You know, bass being in the right hand and lead being in the left hand. And that is one of those things that makes it hard to kind of go back. It's hard to go back to those experimental phases. Come here, 287. Oh, that was 287. Cyber. It's slow violin. Yesterday's was just violin, so this is 286. It comes in really fast, so it's easier to do the like. And then 287 is slow violin. Comes in a little bit slower, so it doesn't have as much punch. But yeah, I think that it's really hard to. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in this stream that are artists, so they understand kind of what I'm saying. There's a lot of people in this stream that come and watch these streams that aren't artists. But they can also, in my opinion, understand what I'm saying. I mean, even if you think about a car, like a lot of us can drive, and think about how attentive you were to just the minutia in your car when you first started driving it. The things that you looked at, the things you checked, the things you were aware of. And now you kind of get in a car and it's just like one fluid motion of like from the moment you sit down to the moment you're actually driving is like a few seconds. Whereas before, maybe if you were particularly cautious or just maybe worried about the road, you'd kind of get in and you would actually check things, put on your seatbelt, you're like looking at mirrors and stuff like that. You're like hyper aware of the road. Now I swear I get in, and from the moment I like touch the handle, it's a one fluid motion from like sitting, closing doors, seatbelt on, like starting car, taking off. Like sometimes, like I feel like my butt's barely in the seat before I'm moving around. Anyways, girl at Chick-fil-A had purple hair. She says from her printer toner exploding. Oh, that's kind of cool. I dyed my hair when I was in middle school and it faded to pink, and the kids made fun of me. That sounds like a thing that kids would do. I don't know where to go from there. I don't know where to go from there, but I do like that addition. I think that adds something to it, even though it's not really changing the chords. It's changing the amount of time that each chord is played, which does kind of give it a fresh feel. And then I want to gotta figure out where to go from there, but I do like it so far. acceptable, says Bay. Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, screw people. This says, as I know, it's strange that men get ridiculed for wearing pink, and the only way it's deemed acceptable is if we say it's for breast cancer awareness. Whatever. I think we're gradually moving away from that, but I don't think we'll ever get fully away from it, right? It's a pendulum. Ugh. Oh, I don't want to talk about pendulum in the stream. Go listen to pendulum. Anyways, this says, I mean, I have pink shirts. I don't care. Yeah, pink shirts. I mean, I don't have any of those, but do the thing, right? Do the thing. I don't know what I don't know if I don't like any colors. I don't know if there's a color that I particularly don't like. They have to be associated with something. Like the color of mustard, like, kind of bothers me sometimes, but usually it makes me think of mustard. It has to be on something that's not going to make me think of mustard. Don't put it on a hot dog. I'm gonna have some pink clothing somewhere, I'm sure. Pink clothing. Do faded red underwear count? I mean, a faded red isn't necessarily a pink, is it? I have stolen a pink hoodie from the men's section. Sorry, my dudes. Don't worry. Money didn't come out of my wallet. Whoa, cyber saying that counts? I might need to show you. How do I show you this color without showing you my underwear? Because I don't think it's pink, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Is that the first note of that Kanye song, says Ube? I don't know. Probably. Crap, I gotta start all over. Sorry. that's where the cord is. That's where the cord is. I found it. I found it. I like pink as a guy though, says Audrey. Match so well with neon purple. Colors I do not own. I'm hungry. I've decided. I've decided. I think I'm doing the. I didn't do the smoothie before the stream today, guys. I'm doing the smoothie after the stream. The smoothie's going to have to power me through work today. Milkshake. Oh, Audrey, no. Milkshake. Goodness gracious. My color choice is usually blue. So Cyber, word up. My first car hand-me-down was a red Dodge Intrepid. Ugh. Leon, you're speaking my language. My first car looked like lipstick. It was the color of lipstick. It wasn't like exactly red. It was like, and it wasn't exactly pink. I don't know what you call that color. I'll send it to you later. Anyways, I think. Oh. I guess blue for most personalization things. Interesting. Something really funny to me, Cyber, is like I feel like usually if you want black and white things, it's either in games, like in games where they allow you to like customize your junk. It's like black and white is either the bare minimum. It's like a starter thing. It's like, oh, all of the default characters have black and white stuff. Or it is one of the most difficult, like expensive, hard things to get. It's like almost never somewhere in the middle. It's always like for example in Ghost of Tsushima, if you want like black and white dye for your gear, that stuff is like not easy to get. And like in Sky, like this mobile game that I used to play, like getting like a black or a white cape like takes months of in-game, like, unless you just like throw money at it. But anyways, it takes like months of in-game work. But then something like Apex Legends, like, you know, all the black and white skins are the most like they're like the doo-dooest of the skins. Like anybody can afford them. Sorry. Once I come in bright colors, I usually distract from the fact that they aren't very good, says Diz. That's mean. I don't know that I've seen a phone in a bright color in a while. Samsung is one of norm in the U.S. Yeah, Samsung's pretty plentiful in the United States. Are there a lot of color options for the Samsung? Since when? Is that a new thing? I thought there was only like 3. Crap, have I been out of the game for that long? I feel like usually when a phone comes out, there's like 3 options. It's like you want black, you want like a metallic thing, you want rose gold. The S20 came in pink, light blue, and purple. Oh, 3 colors. Yeah, that's fine. Also BTS. I mean, I don't know if it could come in regular colors and be BTS edition. BTS aren't particularly monochromatic. This love is dynamite. Whoa, whoa. I've seen that ad so many times. Granted, as somebody that doesn't really know too many BTS songs, but does know like quite a bit of K-pop, that song's hilarious. Any song that talks about waking up and drinking a glass of milk is sick. If you haven't heard the lyrics to Dynamite, I feel like Dynamite's lyrics are the lyricism in Dynamite, which for just to explain, I guess, it's a BTS song, but it's the first BTS song that's all in English, and the lyricism in it is incredible. It's amazing. I wish I could write a song that's on that caliber. And it sounds like I'm joking. For those of you that heard the song, or maybe you haven't heard the song and you still think I'm joking because it's BTS, but it is very, very, in my opinion, it is very well written. It's a very well written pop song. Goodbye, Cyber. Thank you so much for being in the stream. Enjoy the Christmas cleanup. This club is dynamite. I might listen to that after the stream. I never quite feel good about listening to a huge, like, I don't know, the biggest band in the world. Are we calling them a band? I do like it's the same chords. I do like next remix of BTS. I'm not gonna remix a BTS song, probably Audrey. BTS acapellas are extremely hard to come by for very obvious reasons, and so I'm probably not gonna do it. But those songs are sick. But yeah, the lyricism in Lindsay says, "Watch out, Army's gonna come for me." If the Army comes for me, it's gonna be in support because I do like that song. It's a very good song, and I'm not saying I could never write a song lyrically. I'm talking about. I'm not saying I could never write a song lyrically that good, but I'm saying it would take me some time. Do they stand for behind the scenes? They stand for Bangtan Boys. Bangtan Boys. Because the acronyms work a little bit different in Korea. Where it's the first letter of the first word, the first letter of the second word, and then the last letter of the entire thing. So Bangtan Boys, that's where BTS comes from. It's kind of like how SKZ is for Stray Kids. Like, they take the S from the Stray, the K from the Kids, and then the Z from the Z at the end of IDS. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't hate it, but it is different. But no, it does not stand for behind the scenes. How many K-pop groups have you written for, Omni? That's pretty funny. I've only written for Japanese idol groups, never a K-pop group. But that would be sick. I feel like there's probably more... Sorry, let me back up. I know for a fact that there's certainly, undoubtedly, more money in writing for K-pop groups than there is for writing for Japanese idol groups. So I would prefer to do the K-pop writing just for my wallet's sake. Because at the end of the day, I really don't care. I don't care which one. I don't care which one artistically, but my money cares. What is that? I love it when I can hear it and I can go to it. I love that. If it's like not from a song, if it's just straight out of my head and I can go to it. That's not perfect pitch, but that's something. That's something. When they come up with a word for that, um, I can't wait. Lindsay's asking when I wrote for the Idol group. 2018? 2018? I don't know, right? Time's so weird now. 2018? No. No, 2019. Sorry. Wait. It doesn't matter. It was 2018. Let's just say it was 2018. And if it wasn't, it was 2019. It definitely wasn't 2017, and it definitely wasn't this year. How about that? That's as narrow of a timeline as I can make it. Wish I could write for an idol group and really make it come full circles. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I would say Ube. It's a process, but it's not. I wouldn't say that it's a unpleasant one. I wouldn't say it's an unpleasant one. There's actually this funny. There's actually this funny. I think I've linked that. We've done this before in the stream, Lindsay. This might have been when you weren't here. But we've done this. I even linked the song, but it was a happy kudu kudu song. It's funny because when I was in Japan in 2018. Oh, it was 2018. It was 2018 because when I went on tour in 2018, when I was in Japan and I had to meet with Ujiko for a second, I remember Ujiko talking to me about it and saying, "Yeah, I used to write for that group. That's cool that you're writing for them now." And he said it in kind of like a weird condescending way, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, bro, but we're cool now, so that's not important." But if he was talking to me about the song in 2018 fall, then the song would have already had been written and came out, which means that I was writing for idol groups in 2018. Late 2017 at the absolute earliest, but I'm pretty sure it all happened in 2018. Those songs don't like. Here's a weird thing, a really cool thing about songs in Japanese idol world. Japanese idol songs aren't nearly held onto as long as we in the US do. For example, like Beyonce doesn't have a new album coming out in a month, right? But you know Beyonce has songs, right? Like in the US, we're kind of like we hold on to songs forever. We'll like save up songs to gunning up for an album, then we do the rollout and everything. In a lot of cases, especially for like some of those like mid-level idol groups, those songs are they will have the writing session in like May, like early May, and that song will be like out before the 4th of July. It'll be like out mid-June. It's super weird to me that they work like that at that level. But anyways, yeah, so it probably was just early 2018. Mm, mm, Retro's just stopping by again. Hi, Retro. Hiya. Hope all is well. But yeah, I would like to write for a K-pop group. One of the things that I don't like about pop music is it took us so long to get to a period where we were crediting producers and songwriters and stuff like that, and now it's like almost like the tide is turning where we're going back the other direction where we're crediting them less. Something that pisses me off is that I can like listen to a BTS song or I'm talking specifically about Korean stuff here now. So I can listen to like a BTS song, or I can listen to a Momoland song. I can listen to a Pristin song. I can listen to a Monsta X song. I can listen to any of these songs, and I can't figure out who did it. You know, it's not so easy to find the information on who produced what, who was actually in the studio. And I've seen how those sessions go, and it bothers me. Does anybody know who Coucheron is? I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, for a lot of K-pop writing sessions, they work kind of similarly to American pop writing session is just a lot more streamlined and way more imported. And when I say imported, I mean that a lot of the producers that are working on K-pop songs are not Korean or even live there. There are a lot of people flown in. And so it's usually like sometimes, upwards of four people, four producers working on one track. And it's so hard, guys. It's so hard to find those dudes. Sometimes those dudes don't even have their own music. Sometimes they don't have Twitter or anything. Sometimes they don't have anything to even link to. And so, like, anyways, sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. Sometimes people will forfeit their writer's credits. For example, the stuff that I wrote for Happy Kudu Kudu, I'm not credited. If you listen to those J-pop songs, it doesn't say like by Omni Rutledge down in the corner. It doesn't say like Omni Boy produced this one. It doesn't say Two Tone Disco on the beat. There isn't any of that. It's just a song, and anyways, it's just a song is all. And my money is all dried up. Isn't that whole culture really cutthroat, says Diz? I don't know why I brought that. Maybe because the word's cutthroat. Maybe it seemed violent. Like you get kicked to the curb if you get too old, as in no one cares about you anymore. Are you talking about K-pop? Are you talking about K-pop production? Are you talking about J-pop? Are you talking about idol mentality? I'm not exactly sure what culture you're talking about specifically, because I talked about several things. Titles crediting to music is one of the best implementations in my opinion. Audrey, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Tidal is kind of the leader in a lot of things. It's the leader in that. It's like one of the top payouts as far as like how much they pay for a stream. They really are great, but nobody uses it, so. I feel like Tidal is something that's like really cool for artists, so a lot of artists really like it, but for people that just want to like throw on a playlist and, I don't know, wash the dishes, they're very rarely going to Tidal, and for that I am sad. K-pop boy band idols, etc. says Diz. Well, yeah. So there's this whole thing with like K-pop groups where K-pop groups aren't. Is this like? This is not a K-pop stream. How much time we got left? Like 20 minutes. I'm gonna only spend like 5 of it talking about this, but that's my goal. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So, K-pop, J-pop, A-pop, B-pop, C-pop, D-pop, 1, 2, 3 pop. I thought he was already here. Sorry, okay, so pop music. Pop music, and I'm gonna specify Korea, guys, because obviously Asian pop doesn't work the same way as American pop, but specifically Korean pop doesn't even work the same way as Japanese pop. So, for a Korean pop group, their labels aren't ran the same way. So labels are more so corporations, which if I'm being honest, we're kind of heading there, guys. Like, a lot of the labels that are owned by like corporations, like Disney is not a record label as far as I'm concerned, but Disney is a giant corporation that owns a lot of music and record labels. Sony is not a music company, but they are a huge company that also owns a record label. So so we're heading the direction of what Korea is, but Korea basically labels are corporations. There is no two. It's like they're all kind of merged together. A corporation can own a bunch of music and acts. And think of, actually this is perfect. This is going to cut this explanation down significantly. Think about Korean pop the same way that you think about the NFL over here, or the NBA. Those players are kind of owned by corporations at a certain point, and they're paid to perform, and they don't really necessarily have like brand loyalty. It's kind of like they wear what they're told to wear for the most part. They go to the team that has purchased them. And then they play until they're too old to perform as well, and then they get cycled out. And there isn't a sick retirement thing for people in the NFL, like after you're done, after you retire from the NFL, the game commission isn't going to continue to pay you until you're dead and like put your kids through school just because you were really good at throwing a football at some point in time. Same thing with like K-pop, like you're there when you're there. It's not necessarily you though. Like we always make the joke about owning your masters. Like you should own your masters. If you're a musician, you should own your masters. I'm a musician. I own most of my masters. Quite a bit of them I do not own. And Korean pop stars do not own their masters. It's not even a thing. Like, it's not even a thing, really. Like BTS, those guys don't own their masters, nor is there even like avenues for them to purchase their masters. It's not even like, that's not a thing. So, you're right in that it's cutthroat. Umbe is, wait, is that who said, or is it Diz? It was Diz, sorry. You're right, Diz, that it's pretty cutthroat. Yeah, you can definitely age out of it. Umbe says, is there a reason that I would forfeit credits, though? There's a lot of reasons I would forfeit credits. There's a lot of reasons, Umbe. Sometimes I work on stuff that I personally did not, I do not align myself with ideologically. For example, like, yo, Rinse Do, I gotta make this thing. Let's say somebody hit me in my DMs, or like, I need a beat. And I make a beat and I sell it to this person. I am still getting paid for that song, you know, it's still work. But I don't want my name anywhere on it. I don't want it to say Prod by Omniboy on the beat at all, because it's not necessarily something that I'm doing that I feel like is close to me. I feel like I'm doing that to get paid. Like, I'm trying to get money so that I can keep my landlord away from me. And so that's one reason that I could want to not be credited. That's like a very specific example of why I would want to forfeit my credit. But in general, Umbi, I feel like when putting my name on something or being accredited, or somebody looking up in the liner credits and it's saying produced by Omni Rutledge, like, that is almost a thing of pride to me. Sometimes I really want to own those things, because as we all know, that is completely separate from royalties. You know, you can be uncredited but paid, and you can be credited but unpaid. And so a lot of times the credit is kind of a formality that aligns with my pride on a project. If I'm really proud about something, I do want people to know I made it, and even I want to remember I made it, you know. But if there's something that I'm kind of just doing as a job, or it's a commission, somebody commissioned me to make music for X, or my little tune that I made was in this Verizon thing, or somebody's Twitch stream, I did the intro song for, you know, stuff like that. Like, I don't necessarily want my name on those things. My discography and catalog is muddy enough as it is without adding commission work to it. How did the shift from J-pop to K-pop master race happen? That's a very good question. So, they have two completely different avenues. J-pop, if you think about it, sorry, I didn't want to do it over this garbage man, but he's really taking his sweet time. So the shift from J-pop to K-pop, they were on two completely different lanes, not just because they're two different languages from two different countries, but I feel like J-pop was more so spurned out of a lot of I'm just going to include the collective weeb consciousnesses, us, whether or not you were, will, or currently identify as one. We like Japanese things. So it kind of, J-pop came in with a lot of other things. J-pop came in with anime. J-pop came in with boba and ramen. J-pop came in, I know boba's technically Taiwanese, so edit point there. But J-pop kind of came in with a lot of like weebs just liking Japanese things. They're like, Japanese movie, thank you. Japanese clothing, thank you. Japanese music, don't mind if I do. It came in on the same boat as like J-rock. And so, you know, it's one of those things where like, if the water, if the water rises, all boats go up or something. I don't know the exact verbiage there, but you guys know the expression. The water rose, and the water was Japan, and all the boats on it rose, which was, you know, sushi, ramen, J-pop, J-rock, you know, anime, video games. K-pop is completely different. K-pop is not some like kismet, like, oh, it just happened to get popular because all of the other Korean things were getting popular. K-pop is an extremely intentional like attack. Like, the people in charge of K-pop and the corporations are like, we want it to be big, we're gonna throw millions and billions of dollars to make it big. and they're doing a very good job. They're putting it everywhere. They're sending those boys all over, pretty much anywhere where there's like Samsung stuff, which is a Korean company. There will be K-pop involved. Like I have a Samsung TV, and I have not two, not three. I have 5 channels that came free on that TV that just play K-pop stuff all day. They don't play like Korean rock music really. They don't play a lot of like Korean movies, although some of them do. Well, there's K-pop channels. I feel like they're doing the thing. A Samsung Galaxy commercial has BTS in it. You know, they're doing the thing. So I feel like that's how it got replaced. I feel like K-pop is way more intentional, and J-pop was just kind of, I just happen to be here. I feel like it's like a good example of, ooh, this is cool. I was talking to Cyber last night. Cyber's not here. But I was talking to Cyber last night while we were gaming, because we were playing, you know, gamer stuff. And we were playing Fall Guys, and Ninja is a skin in Fall Guys now. And everybody's playing as the Ninja skin. I don't really know too much about Ninja because I'm not one of those people. Goodbye, Chibi Lucy. Thank you so much for being here. But Ninja, I was talking to Cyber. I was like, yo, like, who was the gamer man before Ninja? Who was the proto Ninja? And the answer was, well, PewDiePie. And I mean, PewDiePie still exists, sure, in the world, but I feel like PewDiePie gradually became man of game. Just like, you know, naturally through being like online and being, I don't know, I didn't really watch a lot of his content. I guess he was funny or something. But anyways, he gradually got there. Ninja feels more like a very, very, like a planned attack. Like there's the brand, there's like the hair, there's collaborations with every game imaginable. He's a skin in Fortnite, he's a skin in Fall Guys, he's all over the place. It feels more efforted and more intentional. Think about deadmau5 versus Marshmello. deadmau5 was doing his thing for a really long time, just happened to get big, had a helmet, and it was cool. Marshmello, on the other hand, was a very planned attack, efforted. There was marketing behind it. There is a whole team of people plus corporations that were geared to making Marshmello big. They were invested in making him big, which is how Marshmello can just be big even after only having released one song. Whereas deadmau5 got big on like song number 50. So that's what I would say the difference between J-pop's reign and K-pop's reign, is particularly in the States, was. J-pop was just natural, kismet, organic growth, and K-pop is a very intentional, aggressively marketed thing. Anyways, this is out of here. Goodbye, Diz. Thank you so much for being on the stream. I appreciate you. I feel like they're like, we want that weed money, so we geared everything towards Western style. Hey, that weed money, that faucet never runs out. That tap is endless. Umbe says K-pop kind of cultural warfare when I think about it. K-pop is kind of cultural, very aggressive expression of an image to corner a market. Absolutely. The US does it with jazz, and as do other countries. Absolutely. Absolutely. K-pop, sometimes if I watch it too much, or let's do it too much, I can get angry because nothing is, there's no room for frivolosity. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, kind of? You ever like listen to an album, or you talk to someone, or you go to a place, or you look at a menu, and things, there's some good stuff, but then there's just some stuff that's just kind of there. There's some stuff that's just around. And that's okay. It makes everything more varied. K-pop doesn't have stuff that's just around. Everything is like, the logo's here specifically for this. It's like when you're looking at a movie and they always have like the soda's like label facing out while they're drinking it. It's because they want people to be able to read the thing. Or you're looking at Sonic the movie and like, not really a spoiler thing, but they do mention Zillow, I think several times in Sonic, and you can even see the Zillow logo. And it's like, wow, that's something. That's not a thing that necessarily needs to be in this movie about a very fast hedgehog, but thanks, Zillow. I know money was exchanged for this, you know? K-pop is like that, where it's like, nothing feels organic. Everything does feel like it's like, okay, now we'll have a trap section because kids kind of like hip hop, right? And now the K-pop kids will do the Fortnite dance. That'll be cool. And then in this part of the music video, things will go vertical and it'll be an aspect ratio to look like it's a TikTok video because people kind of like TikTok videos. It just feels like heavily, heavily marketed, and sometimes for me personally, that can like bother me when I'm consuming art. If it just feels like a commercial the whole time, sometimes that can be fun, if I'm being honest. For example, the movie Space Jam is just one very long commercial. It feels like an ad. It feels like an unskippable YouTube ad, but it can be fun if you're aware of it, you know. This says PewDiePie isn't really a gamer streamer anymore, for sure. But at one point he was, you know. Now Ninja's the thing. Now Ninja's the thing. It really is an intentional thing. K-pop companies have been trying to get a foothold in the West for years now, and they've finally done it, baby. Well, I don't know if they've done it, but we're seeing it happen, which is really, I almost said cool. I mean, I guess it depends on your take. I'm completely indifferent about the K-pop invasion, but it is interesting. It is interesting to watch something happen. It's interesting to watch anything happen. I've talked about this in previous streams where sometimes years just kind of fly by, you know, because nothing has happened. But watching something happen, you know, watching the past 4 years with Donald Trump happen, or watching like the pandemic happen, watching the Korean pop media invasion happen, has all of these things have been so like educational. Seeing something kind of go from nothing to an entire movement is interesting. And I feel like, yeah, there was a time when everybody was so, at least in my circle, was so obsessed with Japanese things that if you even mentioned Korea, they would be like, I don't know, bro. Like, I literally don't, I can't name a Korean food. I don't know any Korean words. I don't know the language. I don't know even what the language is called. But now, there are, like, some things that even people that aren't huge, you know, K-pop stans just know about Korean culture, at least vaguely. And that's interesting to see that shift happen. Because obviously I wasn't alive for the British invasion, you know. I wasn't alive for the Beatles coming into town and everybody going, ah! Like looking at those videos, looking at the videos of like the Beatles getting off the plane and like women like crying and clawing and screaming, that's wild to me. Because I wasn't here for it. So I didn't have British invasion. I mean, I was here for the British resurgence, which was like BBC, like everybody liking Doctor Who and like Sherlock and all that stuff for no reason. But I wasn't here for the initial British invasion, so I don't know about it. And being here for what is the first Korean media invasion of the U.S., it's been very, very weird how easily that stuff has taken. And I know that, again, billions of dollars has gone into it. It's not like it just happened overnight, and it was not easy. But seeing, like, I don't know, a 12-year-old, seeing some random 12-year-old kid, like, listening to like K-pop and have a profile picture of like a Korean pop star and have like Hangul in their Twitter. It's like their Twitter bio is just it's just Hangul and then like hashtag BLM and then another like really probably extremely offensive thing and then a bunch of emojis. Like the fact that that is a thing in the United States is like amazing. It's amazing to watch that happen because that person didn't exist when I was, you know, when I was 12, but now that 12-year-old exists. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't really around for those. I think that I was here for the Japanese invasion, which was referring to them as invasions sounds so aggressive and like violent, but I was here for the Japanese media invasion, which was, you know, Pokemon. I was here for that. I was a kid for that. But the thing that's so funny is I didn't know it was Japanese, you know. I just thought these were things I liked. I like Final Fantasy. I like Pokemon. I like Nintendo. I like PlayStation. I like Sega. No one told me these things were all from the same country until far later in my life. But these kids today, they know these boys are Korean. These boys? Oh, these boys are Korean. BTS has won Grammys, and Korea is changing their enlistment laws. I would say they have done it. Jevly, oh, I hadn't. Did they change them though? I'm waiting. Once the laws are changed, they keep saying they're going to change it. At first, they were like trying to extend it, right, to make sure that they didn't have to, that BTS wasn't gonna have to go into the army. I haven't seen them officially change it, but I'm gonna say something that I don't think is wild, but I guess as a soundbite, it could be taken away. I think that if BTS, because let's be real, right? Because people are like BTS, they're the biggest boy group ever. They're bigger than the Beatles. They're the biggest music artist, music thing in Earth history, and that's just true, right? Those are just facts, baby. Facts, Kellerman. You can't fight that. They are right. If we're identifying them or categorizing them as a musician, right? Like nothing is this big. Nothing was this big, you know. Like I don't know. I know that that's really divisive, but people are like, "Yo, Michael Jackson," so like that. I'm like, I'm right there with you, buddy. Michael Jackson's amazing. I we didn't see this though. We didn't. This wasn't happening. So, anywho, BTS is huge, right? I think if we're categorizing BTS instead as a company, I think that BTS makes more money for just they funnel so much more money into the South Korean economy at this point that I think they should be exempt from going into the military. I know that that's like it's wild, right? Because there's a lot of other people that have to go in, and I don't live in Korea. I'm not a Korean citizen, so really my opinion does not matter. But if you're bringing in that much money, I and it's a slippery slope, right? Because it's like we also have millionaires and billionaires in the U.S. and like people want them to have to do everything else that we have to do. It's like they shouldn't be able to shortcut the American experience and trials because they're rich. But I don't want to get into that conversation. I just want to say BTS is making so much money that if BTS has to not release music, for example, because like they're all different ages, right? So one goes into the military. By the time that one gets out, another one will be in the military. By the time that one gets out, another one will be in the military. You want to keep them all together. I mean, there's a lot of subgroups, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, if you keep them all together, they wouldn't be all together outside of the military for years. And BTS not being a whole for years probably means that South Korea doesn't make as much money as they're making right now. And I don't know. I don't know what the economy looks like. I'm not going to say that one boy group going away is enough to like crash an economy. Absolutely not. But I mean, they're clearly a benefit to the nation. So let them keep doing their thing, right? They're basically Korean Avengers. They're the Avengers for their country. Like I feel like they're putting that place on the map in so many wild ways. Does Parasite win an Oscar if BTS doesn't exist? I don't know. Go see Parasite, very good movie, but I don't know that it wins an Oscar if BTS doesn't exist. What did I stumble into here, says Max? I'm so sorry, Max. I'm so sorry. You stumbled into what is the end of the stream. I was only supposed to be talking about that for 5 minutes, but I ate up the entire rest of the stream on that. Go see that movie. It's very good. It's very good, Parasite BTS. Anywho, Jung says it's a super interesting point. The music industry, if not the computer and components industry, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Samsung making so many products, absolutely. Samsung's amazing. As somebody who owns Samsung phones and a Samsung TV, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. In the U.S., the cultural exchange with jazz groups. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa. Okay. In the U.S., the cultural exchange jazz groups are funded by the military, so what you're saying isn't crazy. Oh, wait, I actually know what you're talking about. Only because of Adam Neely, actually. Oddly enough, but, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it took up the entire 20 minutes. I apologize to everybody. But that's all I'm saying on that. As somebody who is a musician, look at me. Musician. I'm not corporate ran. I'm not label owned. I'm just some random brokey out here trying to make some noise and then get some coins for it. I don't, in any way, ideologically, love super hyper produced, marketed fake, quote unquote, fake music, for sure. But I think that when I look at myself and I look at things like BTS or I look at like KDA, that like Riot group, music group or whatever, when I look at these things, I don't think of them as me. I literally just think of them as companies. When I say a KDA, like weird anime waifu girl dancing and there's like some dubstep playing in the background, I'm looking at Riot. I don't think I'm looking at a musician. And so like it bothers me a little bit less, I guess, than it could. And so BTS is fine. K-pop's fine. K-pop also, I'm gonna say this and then I promise I'm done. K-pop isn't necessarily a sound. To me, J-pop is a sound. If you listen to J-pop, you're listening to Perfume, you're listening to Kiara, you're listening to anything by um, Yasutaka. Yeah, if you're listening to anything by him, it has a sound, right? It has a sound. If you're listening to K-pop, I would argue that K-pop actually doesn't have a sound. K-pop is both sonically and visually a really weird amalgamation of just whatever algorithmic things are very popular at the time. So, like, if hip hop culture is sick, which it is, K-pop is going to sound like hip hop. Is it cool to wear like really big jackets? K-pop's on it. Is it cool to do this? K-pop's on it. Is it cool to eat this? K-pop has a commercial eating it. Like, K-pop is more of an amalgamation of pop culture, whereas J-pop, I would argue, is more of its own specific sound. So you can arguably be like, I'm not into J-pop because it sounds like this, but I don't know that you can be not into K-pop unless you're just like, I don't like popular things. Because I swear to God, if you like, I don't know, cheeseburger, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, blue jeans, you probably like K-pop. It's just, the only thing that's not palatable about K-pop is that it's in a different language. And BTS literally released one song in English, and it was on the top of our United States of America, our American Billboard charts for how many weeks? Like months. It was up there at #1 for months. It was just in English. Anyways, please go listen to Dynamite by BTS. Those lyrics are amazing. Listen to it with subtitles. Music is like food, says Max. I agree with this, even without reading the rest of the comment, but I will anyway. Sometimes you just get a craving for some crappy fast food. It's neither good nor nourishing, but you just want it. It's kind of the same with overproduced pop music. I agree with this. Sometimes you don't want to think too hard. And if you're listening to something like K-pop or you're listening to something like Carly Rae Jepsen, you're probably not thinking too hard. It's just easy down, easy to consume, versus listening to something like Lewis Cole or any jazz ever. I don't like K-pop is really just, I don't like pop, says Umbe. Agreed. I agree with this. Most of the female characters' dances in League are K-pop choreography. Most K-pop choreography, Crow, is just hip-hop choreography. But I mean, how high are we going, Crow? How high on the totem pole are we going? Anyways, guys, I gotta play Hush Hour, but before that I have to get to the news. I have music out, Signals, Tall Tales, House of Omni, Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Daydream, Lush Dream, Quick Breath, Ego Death. Guys, all of these are on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. YouTube was being kind of weird, but now we can post the links again. So I will be in the Discord because I have to work quite a bit today. I hope all is well with you guys, and I hope all was well yesterday as well. I wish that Fall Guys offered more than just 3-party groups, because maybe I would have played with you guys last night, but it was just me and Cyber. But I'll be in the Discord if you guys have anything you want to say. I do need to. If you posted some music in the media like self-promotion channel, please tag me in it, because what happens is I don't go in that. I very rarely go into that server, and I'll listen to the tunes. I just, I usually don't go in there until there's like so much backed up, and then it's like intimidating for me to try to climb through all of the posts. Open for commissions or not? I like that, Crow. Technically, I commissioned Booba theme for free, says Liana. Oh, sneaky. I was paid in your appreciation, Liana. All right, okay. I think that is actually all the news. This Friday, guys, there is no stream. This Friday is Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Do whatever you do on Christmas. I'm not going to do anything except for work because that's what I do on Christmas. But if you have a family, if you have loved ones that you would like to cherish, please do that instead of asking me when the stream is. But there will be a stream on Saturday. I don't know what the nature of it will be. Maybe it's a pizza party. Maybe it's a we're watching a movie. Maybe I just do a normal production stream. Maybe I do like the chat stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I promise. But don't worry about it too much. Leave that to me. I'll be the one that has to worry about that. Smoothie party, says Audrey. Oh boy. Um. I think. I think. Sorry. Anyways, no, I can't talk about that. I'm ending the stream. I think that's all the news. Yes, no stream this Christmas. No stream this Christmas. I'll be back here on the weekend, but tomorrow will be a regular time. We're gonna be here at 9 a.m. Oh, Crow's here. Stay hydrated, says Crow. Crow's asking me to wait. How will the new outro be? I want to hear it. Well, you can just wait until season 3. Ooh, heck yeah, baby. What's that from? Ooh, I like that. Hopefully I don't forget that. Maybe I'll remix Hush Hour. But yeah, honestly, Crow, it'll probably be this one. Probably be that song for the ending theme. This sounds like a song by someone in your circle. Oh. Been around the world. Been around the world. I don't know why. Is this the Porter Robinson song? Says Umbe. Dun dun dun. But wait, I'm hearing it. I know the Porter Robinson song you're talking about. You're talking about Flicker, I think. I'm hearing though. Oh no! Oh no! It's hip hop. It's. Oh no! I'll never think of it. I'll never be able to remember. Almost as Flaming Ghosts. He always knows. He always, whenever I can't remember a song, that dude always somehow knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'll like hum a voice memo and he just knows. He's got like crate digger brain. You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. That's what you do. That song's wild. Usher has a lot of songs about leaving women. I'm gonna start doing that. Anyways, I think that's all the news for now. That's all the news for now. I think I'll play regular Hush Hour. There's only so much of this left, right? No one's heard it all before. What, Liana? Are you singing an Usher song? You make me want to leave. I want to start a new relationship with you. I used to sing that song as a kid and had no idea what it was about. You make me want to leave. I want to start a new relationship with you. What did you? Thinking of the same. Mama, would you make me? That sucks. You wanted to marry that girl. Gross. Have a terrific, technically tasty Tuesday, says Leanna. Well, today is Pizzanista Tuesday, so I probably will be tasty. As far as terrific, I don't know. And as far as technicalities, we'll see how my pizza is cooked. Sometimes they burn it. I can't stand New York pizza places. You know what? Screw them. I don't know why they think they need to, like, singe the heck out of the pizza. What are you trying to prove? Just give me a regular pizza. I can burn bread all day. We all know how to burn food. I don't need to pay for... Who sings that song again? Their name starts with an M, right? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the song I was just singing? It's an Usher song. Oh, no, you're talking about a different song. Sorry. I was singing an Usher song. You make me want to leave the one. That's an Usher song. It's Musher. That's funny, Max. That's funny to me. Oh, you're right. That's Usher. No, you sick. You sick, Umbe. Yesterday, I couldn't remember a D'Angelo song. My brain kept wanting to say Genuine, even though I knew it wasn't Genuine. I'm gonna go watch that video now. That's a sick video. Okay, all right. Thank you everybody for being respectful and polite to each other. I'm gonna go get on with the rest of my day. I hope you all have a good rest of your Tuesday. Please be safe. Do whatever Christmas prep you need to do. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for Morning Medley number 288, which will have a thumbnail at 9 a.m. How about everybody? You make me want to leave. I want to start a new relationship. Choose what you do. Think about the rain. Come on, you make me. Knowing it should have been you. You make me want to. People were always doing that in freaking R&B songs. They had the like breath in there. You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you.